My name is Emma. I am from Brazil. I am living in Canada now. I came here to learn English. In the first few months, I made many friends. I also got a job in a coffee shop. I worked part-time and studied English every day. Life was good, but I wanted to do more. One day, my English teacher, Mark, said, "We will have a school play next month. It will be in English. You can join if you want." A school play. I never acted before. I was a little scared, but I raised my hand and said, "I want to try." Mark smiled and said, "Great. You are brave. You will learn many new things." Next day, we had the first practice. Mark gave us the story. It was about a girl who wants to travel the world. She talks to many people from different countries. I liked the story very much. Mark said, "Emma, you can play the main girl." My heart beat fast. I said, "Really?" "Me?" Mark said, "Yes." "You speak clearly. This will help your speaking even more." I was happy but also nervous. I had many lines to say. Some words were new to me, but I wanted to do it well. I went home and started reading the script. Every day after school we practiced. I read my lines again and again. At first I made many mistakes. I forgot words. I said the wrong things. But my classmates helped me. They were kind and patient. One of my classmates was from Egypt. Her name was Noor. She said, "Don't worry, Emma. You're doing great. Just keep practicing." I smiled and said, "Thank you, Noor." Mark gave us tips for speaking better. He said, "Speak slowly. Open your mouth. Make your voice clear." He also told me to use the shadowing method. I listened to English recordings and repeated the sentences. It helped a lot. At home, Lisa and Amy helped me too. Amy read my lines with me. She made funny voices. We laughed a lot. Lisa said, "You are becoming an actress." That made me smile. In the coffee shop, I told my co-worker about the play. His name was Tom. He said, "Wow, that's great. Let me know the date. I want to come and watch." I felt proud. One evening after practice, I sat in the park. I looked at the sky and said to myself, "Emma, look at you. You speak English. You have a job. You're in a school play." I felt very happy. Then something bad happened. 3 days before the play, I got a cold. My nose was blocked. My throat hurt. I could not speak well. I was so sad. I stayed in bed. I drank tea. I took medicine. Mark called me and said, "Don't worry, Emma. Rest well. You will be fine." Noor sent me a message. "We miss you. Hope you come back soon." I slept a lot. I ate soup. Lisa gave me honey and lemon. She said, "You need to be strong for your big day." One day before the play, I felt better. My voice was not perfect, but it was okay. I went to the final practice. Everyone clapped when I came. Noor hugged me and said, "You are back!" We practiced with costumes. I wore a blue dress and a small travel bag. I looked like the girl in the story. Finally, the big day came. The school hall was full. Many people came to watch. My hands were cold. My heart beat fast. Mark said, "Take a deep breath. You are ready." I closed my eyes, breathed deeply, and smiled. The play started. I walked onto the stage. The lights were bright. I saw many faces. But I remembered my lines. I spoke slowly and clearly. I looked at the other actors. I used my hands. I smiled. The audience listened. Some laughed, some clapped. I felt strong. I felt like a star. After the play, people came to talk to us. One woman said, "You were wonderful." A man said, "Your English is very good." Tom from the coffee shop said, "Emma, I am so proud of you." Mark came and said, "Great job, Emma. You are not just a good student, you are also a great actress." I went home and told everything to Lisa, John, and Amy. They were so happy. Amy gave me a small gift, a notebook with stars on it. She said, "For your next big adventure." I started writing in that notebook. I wrote about my day. I wrote new words. I wrote short stories. Every evening, I wrote one page. Mark said, "Writing is a good way to improve your English. You can write about your life, your dreams, or even a shopping list, but write every day." I also joined a small reading club. Every week we read a simple book. Then we talked about it in a group. We used easy English. It was fun. I learned new words and ideas. One day I read a book about helping animals. I liked it very much. I said, maybe I can do something for animals too. I looked for a local animal shelter. They needed volunteers. I signed up. At the shelter, I cleaned cages and gave food to dogs and cats. I also talked to other volunteers in English. They taught me new words like leash, bowl, vet, and adopt. The animals made me happy. I talked to them too. I said, "Hello, little puppy. You're so cute." Maybe they didn't understand, but they wagged their tails. Life was busy. I had school, my part-time job, the reading club, and now the animal shelter. But I was happy. I was using English every day. One Sunday, I sat at the coffee shop with my notebook. I wrote, "When I came to Canada, I was scared. I could not speak much. But now I speak, I listen, I read, and I write. I have friends. I help animals. I act in a play. This is the power of learning." I looked out the window. It was snowing. My first snow. I went outside and touched the snow. It was cold but beautiful. A little girl walked by and said, "Do you like the snow?" I said, "Yes." "This is my first time." She smiled and said, "Welcome to winter." I laughed. I thought, this is more than learning English. This is living a new life.